Okay, so I'll just let everyone in as they're arriving. But thank you all for making it again this Sunday. It's good to see all your familiar faces. It's a little chilly where I am. Winter has hit. I'm in the UK at the moment, and doing the Zoom session from one of my brother's good friends here. He's got a little office at home, so he's allowed me to find a quiet space because there are not too many. All right, so I hope everyone's been well and had a good week. It's very tired.
Yeah, very tired.
Yeah.
I noticed you and I are both in the jumpers, so we're in the UK.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
What happened? I arrived and the weather changed.
I know. It's a really cold wind and it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the UK.
Thank you. I didn't even bring a coat. I'm go shopping.
Come and borrow one.
Hi there. Hi. Okay, so I mean, it's been a tough week, and it's, for myself personally, with all that's going on, it's been quite tough. And then obviously on an energetic level, it's also been tough. I got a message from one of my daughters late last night to say, urgent, call me. And I thought, oh, now what? And apparently there was an earthquake in Cape Town. I don't know if if anyone, Anita, if you felt it. Yeah, it was quite far out to sea. So I think the tremors were felt a little bit in some parts of Cape Town. So we certainly are in some interesting times. I did a little bit of a feel into the energies today, which I must be honest, I haven't really done since Thursday, just because I was traveling and it was a little difficult to do that, and also then being caught up with everything here. But it definitely, there's an intensity, that is being felt, I think, by everyone. And I think that, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shifting and changing in all of our lives. There's shifts and changes that are happening in all of us. There's a lot of old stuff that has been coming up for most people in the last week. Old fears, old anxieties, old worries, old patterns. A lot of people are kind of feeling like they're reflecting on the past and reflecting on where they've been and what they've experienced. And for me, that sense of, the sense is that we're finding a way to kind of close off a cycle in our lives and a cycle of our growth and development. And, instead of looking back at the past with judgment or sadness or any of those kind of negative emotions, we're needing to look back at the past to see that everything that we've experienced, everything that we've gone through, everything that we have been faced with has been an opportunity for us to grow and for us to get to the point that we're at now, to get to the place that we're at now. And it can be difficult because I know that a lot of people have had some real struggles in the past, and there are a lot that I'm speaking to that are feeling like a real sense of failure because they haven't achieved the things that they thought they were going to achieve by now. They haven't gotten to the point in their lives where they thought they should be. But actually, what it is for us right now is this opportunity to close the door on the past and to recognize that those goals, those ideas, those thoughts we had about who we'll be, where we'll be, what we'll be, are all related to that old world, to that old reality. And we're now stepping into this new reality that is offering us an opportunity to make new goals, to make new, to make new inroads into different parts of ourselves, different aspects of ourselves, and then to be able to bring that out into the world. I think for a lot of us, and even for myself, and it's been really difficult to do this journey alone. We've kind of had to, in a sense, isolate ourselves from so many and from the world at large, because a lot of what we've thought, a lot of what we've believed, a lot of what we've been doing has not been supported and has not been encouraged. It's almost been frowned upon. And whereas now what we're stepping into this new space, and I think that this can be a little bit uncomfortable, because we're stepping into this new space that is calling us to step out of isolation. So as much as the world is, the world is telling us, go into isolation with all the virus and this pandemic and all of that, go into isolation, isolate yourself, stay away from people, all of that. That is happening on the external, but on the internal, we're being urged to connect and to really feel into a new space of what it means to be in community, and to step out of the isolation that we've actually been in for most of our lives. And I think that the more we do that, the more we actually offer people the opportunity to find a new way, because for many of us, we've been on this journey for many, many, many years. And so we have a deeper understanding of the I suppose the greater picture that is unfolding, where there are so many people caught up in fear. And for myself in this last week, it has been, I can't even find the words really that will describe it adequately, but it's been an incredible feeling to feel support. I think it's possibly been the first time in my entire life that I've actually felt support. And I don't mean the niceties of, oh, we're thinking of you or whatever. It's a tangible feeling. I can actually feel the strength being poured into me. I can actually feel the love coming. And it's been a really beautiful experience, and it's just given me even more determination, I think, to continue to do this and to continue to grow this, because it is so essential. And I think that, to be able to step into a space where we are able to share our experiences, able to share our feelings, our thoughts, our ideas, the inspirations, the intuition that comes through, I think is really, really powerful. And when we can come together with a group of like-minded people and do that together, it's a force to be reckoned with. And it really is a tangible thing. It's pretty weird initially, I have to tell you. I kept feeling these waves coming through, and I kind of had to stop and think, well, what is this? I know what it is now, but it was quite something. So I must just say thank you so much. I have felt all your love and all your support in this last week. It's been amazing. And then I did get another email just from someone to introduce themselves. And strangely, this woman is one of my old school friends, who we connected, I think, on Facebook a couple of years ago. And then she emailed me, and in the last couple of months, we've actually been chatting. And she's been watching the webinars, but she's in Mauritius, which is a couple of hours ahead of me. So she doesn't get to watch live. I think it's a bad time with children. She's got youngish children. So she always watches it later in the evening. So I'll just read her introduction. She says here, "Hi, my name is Shay, and I listen to the recorded webinar every week as soon as it arrives a few hours after it has happened, with much enthusiasm, and then get FOMO because I can't be there in real time. I'm from South Africa originally, but currently live in Mauritius, and I'm on a journey to learn and heal as I go. Hopefully one day soon share what I've learned with others. I look forward to Sunday and the connection with everyone. It was so great to see everyone and put names and faces together. Thank you all. It is a lovely place that we have created together." So that's from Shay. I'm glad she finally sent us something. And I think that was the only one I got this week. but it was good. It's good to be able to share these, even if they can't be with us in person. So then I'll get back to kind of the notes that I've made for today. What I find interesting is that there is a shift in the energy that is happening, although we may not feel it right now. And today I actually went to a church service with my father, who finds great comfort in going to church, and asked me to go with him this morning. So we went, and I kind of just allowed myself to be in that space and to be still and to connect, and the word that kept coming through me was just rest. It is a time of rest. And when I felt into the energies for today, it's come up again. And I think that the last few months, certainly my sense is since August, it has been intense. There's a lot of energy that has moved through us. There is a lot of energy that is sifting through our energy. And it is, like I spoke about before, these two waves of energy moving through our world, the old energy and the new energy. And there is this clash that is happening. And as a result of the clash, we get caught in it. And so there's a lot of bombardment of energy, both new and old, that kind of flows through us. And at the same time as holding space from an energetic perspective for this new reality that is being birthed, we're also having to hold space for ourselves at the same time. And we also need to be human, and so it is really challenging. And we have taken a bit of a beating. So the message is at the moment is to rest. There is another shift that is coming in the energy, and I think it is linked to Saturn, which has been in retrograde since May or April, I think. I can't remember the exact timing, but it's been months. It's been in retrograde and it's turning direct. And as that shift happens, there is going to be a different feel to the energy. If we look at Saturn as an astrological influence, I always call Saturn the taskmaster. So Saturn is the one that gets us to wake up, to see things, to get real, to be a grown up. If you look at it all as an individual, in our birth charts, we all have what is called our Saturn return, which kicks in at about 26, 27 and lasts for a good few years. And it's often at that time in our lives that we're really encouraged to step up and to step forward and to start looking to the futures. What are we going to do, and who are we going to be, and how are we going to live? So Saturn is really that, it's about getting real and being quite responsible. So in retrograde, my feeling was that what we were being kind of urged to look at was the past. What have we learned? Where have we grown? How have we changed? How have we healed? How have we evolved? So instead of looking at the past and seeing the things that we haven't done or we should have done, or the things we should have done differently, we're being urged to really look at it and to get the gems of our past, and to hold on to those, the lessons and the learning and the growth and the healing that we have achieved, and to use that as we start to build our new reality and build our new lives. And in this moment of rest, it really is, it feels like we're being turned from looking behind us, we're being slowly turned to looking in front of us, to start looking forward. And I don't know about anyone else here, but my eyesight has been horrendous the last few weeks. I'm like, really, my glasses are not working. I keep cleaning them. Everything is blurry and fuzzy, and I keep thinking, okay, it's an energetic thing. It's not real. It's energetic. So there definitely, as we're making this turn from looking at the past to looking at the future, it feels like there's a bit of a fog in front of us, and we're not really able to see really what's happening around us. And I think part of the lesson and the learning is in that as well, is to not look outside of ourselves for the answers, to not look outside of ourselves for the way forward. It's about being able to go within, to be able to turn within and to find that wisdom and that insight and that guidance within ourselves. And it goes against what we've done in the past, because we've been conditioned to always look at the world and to define ourselves through the eyes of the world. We're now being urged to really tap into that authentic aspect of ourselves, that essential aspect of ourselves, which is in fact our soul. So the soul aspect of us holds and carries that wisdom that we are needing now. It is the part of us that knows the greater plan, that understands that everything that we have been through and everything that we are going through and everything that we're moving into is exactly what we have planned in this lifetime. So any uncertainty and anxiety we are feeling can be alleviated by that withdrawal inside. So as much as we're being told to kind of come out of isolation, that's on an external level. The internal level is it's about going within, and to take a moment to rest as this movement happens, to not charge forward with any new ideas or any new plans, is to rather allow yourself to really be guided. And I did get an email from someone this week, and we'd done a soul mapping session about 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, I can't remember. And in the soul mapping session, some things had come up about the changes that she needed to make in her life. And there was this guidance of, okay, it's now, you know what you're needing to do, so do it, rather than waiting. So there are things that we're almost being guided to shift and to change in our lives, decisions that we are being guided to make. But those ones are kind of in our face and obvious. They're not things that we're having to search for. So unless something is really being presented and really here, the guidance is to just allow ourselves to step into, or to move into that space of rest and to move into that space of quiet. I mean, if I look on an energetic level, we really do look a little beaten. It's not been easy. And so, it is important that we take time to rest. And as we do so, what is also fascinating on an unconscious level, there's a massive thing happening here, which I get quite excited about, because if we look at our energy, we've got our feminine and masculine energy, which we've discussed and spoken about before. And we've spoken, the last few months of it, there's a lot of energy about the feminine reawakening, the feminine connecting to the feminine, dreaming into that space. But now what's happening on an unconscious level is there's this massive shift that is happening in the masculine. And it's the masculine within ourselves, but also the masculine in the world. And I've been having some incredible conversations with men that I know and clients that I have, and the incredible shifts that are happening within them. And I kind of look at that and I think, well, it's happening in men because they are predominantly carrying that masculine force, but yet that masculine energy within us is also shifting and is also changing. And as we start to work with that masculine energy, that is when we get to step forward and to take action on the things that we need to take action on. But before we can do that, what is happening in the world is the collapse of the old structures. And those old structures have been founded within the masculine energy. So there is a massive shift in this energy that is being created and facilitated by the collapse, but also being initiated and facilitated by this need for the healing of the masculine, and for the masculine to actually step into his true power rather than the dysfunctional power that they've worked with in the past. So that's happening for us on an unconscious level. And what it is doing is bringing this incredible balance between our heads and our hearts. So when we have that balance between our head and our heart, whatever decision we make, we know that we're making from a soul perspective rather than a head perspective or a heart perspective. So the balance is found. Let me see if I can just take off all this stuff, show you. Okay, so there's an area here, so between your throat and your heart chakra. I call it the higher heart. Some people call it thymus. It's this area. This is being activated in us. And this is the area where we're going to drop into to be able to start to bring forth the changes that we need to make and to be able to take action. So you may want to actually start really working with this area. I find myself rubbing it a bit, tapping it. If I feel like I'm getting caught too much in my head, or I'm getting anxious about the future or anxious about the past, I really do focus on this area and start to tap it and just activate it and awaken it. The teachings that I was given about the chakra system always taught that this was the seat of the soul, so that the soul actually sits in this place. So when we talk about connecting to our higher self, it's bringing that higher self and lodging it in this space within us. And another thing that that I've always found useful is when I've got a decision to make or a choice to make, is to really place my hand here. And what does it feel like? What does that decision feel like? Does this feel like a decision that I'm making that is going to be soul driven, or a decision that is going to be made with my head? So this is really exciting, this shift in the masculine that is happening. And of course, it is still happening on an unconscious level, so it's not really being brought forward yet into our consciousness. So, while this is happening, we need to take the time to rest and to allow ourselves to just be. Because when the shift does happen, there's going to be quite a fast movement of energy, and the choices and decisions we're going to have to make are going to be quite quick. I mean, my experience of getting to the UK was literally a friend on, I think it was Monday last week, contacted a travel agent that she knows and said, are there any flights to the UK? Travel agent said, yes, there is. Tuesday, I was talking to the travel agent. Tuesday afternoon, the ticket was booked and I left on Thursday. So, and I kind of got to the airport and and I thought, what am I doing? This is all just a little too quick. I don't normally operate this quick. Things I need to plan. I've got stuff to do, but I'm in the fortunate position of having two children that are old enough to look after themselves. But even on the plane, I kept thinking, excuse my French, but what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, and I landed here, and it's still feeling a little surreal. But I'm here, and I kept thinking, this is fast. These shifts and changes that we're stepping into happen very, very quickly, and we kind of just have to go with it. So it's been a lot of holding for me here, just checking I'm doing the right things, and not making and bizarrely enough, I've got a British passport, so I got myself on a repatriation flight to the UK. I've never even lived in the UK. So hopefully I can get home at some point. Yeah, so that's about all that I've got for the energies of what we're working with and what we're stepping into. I don't know if there's anyone would like to share anything, any insights that they have, any questions.
I'll tell you, I feel better about the eyes thing. I thought I was losing my eyesight. I clean my glasses so often, and I'm like, what is going on? I was driving down yesterday, and I'm in the car going, like, turning on my windshield wipers, and I'm like, what's going on? So I do feel better about that. I'm glad you made it safely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
How long a trip is it from South Africa?
Well, I went via Istanbul, so it was about 16 hours to get to the UK. Not too bad. It was quite, yeah. I mean, the flight from South Africa to Istanbul was good because they kind of had, there were quite a lot of empty seats, so there was nice social distancing. And I quite like the fact that everyone's got to keep themselves clean on the plane. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel a little bit, oh, don't know who's been on this plane. So it was very clean. And then from Istanbul to London, the plane was packed. There was no social distancing happening there. And I mean, family members kept messaging me and saying, oh, we hear it's so terrible in the UK. I don't know. I mean, I got stopped at the airport after I got my luggage, and they said, where have you come from? And I said, South Africa. And they said, well, why are you here? So I kind of pulled the death card, and they said, oh, sorry, off you go. So it was quite handy. Yeah, but it's been good.
Kate,
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned about the thymus, because I've been having for a little longer than I would like to have it. I find myself waking up in the middle of the night with this whole thymus heart plexus being cold, very cold. And so it just came to me the night before last, that I thought, that's my thymus area. So I don't know, I kind of put 2 and 2 together and got 12, I guess, whatever. But yeah, it's a cold dynamic, and I don't know whether anybody's feeling that, but I have to agree also with Nancy and you that the eye thing has been more than I can probably stand at the moment. But I guess it's just a readjustment of energy, and so I'm happy to do it. And it's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. I also think it must be a dimensional type thing, as we're shifting dimensions and the old is leaving, our eyes are probably adjusting to that, trying to work out what we're looking at. I do find in nature it's easier. I'm not finding, when I go for a walk and I'm finding it easier to see there, but it's a challenge driving. I know what you feel.
Hey, just on another note about this sort of isolation side of things, this week I've really been being told to connect with people, make the effort to go out. I need that human connection. I live on my own, so I don't get a great deal of it, and that interaction with people. And that was very much the early part of the week. And then suddenly, having gone out and done it for a few days, I'm absolutely wiped out and exhausted and want to hermit again. And it's when you're saying about resting, it's a real challenge where something's telling me to go out and do it, but I'm also feeling so tired, it's too much of an effort. So I'm struggling about which way to go with it, really, I suppose. Keep making the effort, or sit back and rest and wait for the next week, or I don't know.
I think we do need to kind of balance it with, the physical aspect of ourselves as well. I mean, I think that in this time we've kind of, I don't know, I feel like I've lost a little bit of muscle around being around people. You've got to build up that muscle to be able to endure the other energies that are around us. But I'm also finding that the key is really to be conscious of who you are engaging with, and to be really aware of those that are draining us and that are dragging on our energy are not necessarily the people that we're needing to spend time with. It needs to be people that are, there's a kind of equal exchange of energy, which can be difficult because, I mean, there are a lot of people that are struggling at the moment. And but also the one thing that's been coming to me in the last few days is this real message of needing to bring hope to people, that there's a real lack of hope. People can't see the wood for the trees, they can't see the way forward. And, just by us, those of us that are conscious and aware and really trusting of the process that is happening, can be that kind of beacon of light for others. But it doesn't mean that we need to exhaust ourselves in doing that. So, be out there, but withdraw to regenerate and recharge yourself. Don't overextend yourself, because you need your energy too. As much as everyone else is struggling, we do need to manage ourselves from an energetic perspective. And one of the things that I think is key each day is to really focus on bringing our energy back at the end of each day, really allow ourselves to call back all that we've sent out, all those bits of ourselves that we've sent out during the day, and to hold that. So it might be something worth doing at the end of each day. It might help with the exhaustion.
Okay, I just want to make a comment on what Fiona was saying. I'm taking the lazy way out on that one, Fiona. I have found during the course of this week, people that I haven't spoken to for months have made contact with me. And I'm also a little bit on the hermit side, so I'm inclined to dodge those. I have not dodged any of them. I have gone out, I have spent time with them. And yes, Kate, a lot of them are in that state of mind that where to and what. And you share what you can, and you give them as much hope as you can. Come home tired and just wait quietly, resting until somebody else comes to you. I'm not going out there to them, but they do seem to be making contact with me to go and have a coffee or to go and have a chat or something like that. So yeah, I'm doing that, but it is tiring. The lazy way, wait for them to come to you. Don't have to go to them.
I like that.
I've been got the feeling this week that I have to be in any situation. They're asking me to hold my energy. So that's kind of the feeling that I get this week is wherever you are, especially with the children, hold your energy because they need me to have that light, that energy for them. And I'm just giving it basically. So, but I'm not feeling so tired. I don't know why. I'll try and figure out why, but I don't know why.
Good. I'm glad you, and that is it's about holding our energy rather than giving it. I've always believed that, like a flame that radiates light, that's what we need to be doing, is radiating the energy, not giving the energy. And if we give the energy, that's when we deplete ourselves. So if we can hold that core of ourselves in place and to just radiate that, we also get it also helps to maintain our own energy, our own strength. Shelley's given a message. Tonight is the start of the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur. The central theme, I'm not sure I'm going to say this correctly, is Teshava, which is about returning to God or the divinity within. It reflects what you just said about returning to our soul self. Okay, interesting.
Kate,
Yeah.
I too had an incident this week, and the girl herself she's a sweetheart, but as she started talking to me about some of the difficulties she's been having, she has gotten to the point she was even thinking suicide. That's the energies coming in, and like everybody else said, you hold the energy and you do what you can. Did not take on her energy, but tried to give out what she needed, and hopefully we accomplished something.
Brilliant. Well done, Judy. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I actually know in the just before I left, I had found out about 5 men who had committed suicide in the last week, all with families, all with small children. It's hectic, and it's interesting that it's a theme at the moment.
One of the things I've been doing when I do meditation, and we've been doing some of it where we pull the light in and hold, ground it and hold it. I try to make time each time to take it outside of me and then wrap it both around our country and then around the world. And then I try to do that for anybody that's struggling, and it just seems to help. And I think I think we're all that we understand this are supposed to be doing that, you know, for everyone else. But I've also found it very helpful for people that I particularly know that are struggling. It's a way to help them without pulling mine down, because it does, when yours gets pulled down, you can't reach out to anyone, and I've certainly been struggling with that too.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Lorraine. That's a good tip. And I think that it is essential that we make time for ourselves and to make time for that quiet space. I haven't actually meditated. I did last night for the first time in a while. I think I was a little nervous about going into that space and making that connection, and I kind of feel like I've got a lot to do here and I can't be falling apart. But last night I kind of thought, well, I need to make that connection. I need to pull that energy in, and I was quite amazed at how ungrounded I really was. And it was quite a significant shift that I felt in myself after doing that, and also to be able to radiate that energy out into the environment that we're in, I think is important. I think I may have mentioned this before, but when you move into a space of meditation and you are consciously working and connecting to the light, we have the capacity to affect the area, the energy around us and the people around us within a 5-kilometer radius. That's a lot of area. And if we can just focus on bringing that light in and radiating that out just to that space, we're doing a lot. Yeah. And, for some of us, we can just manage that, not the whole world.
Well, the way I've been doing it, it just takes a few extra seconds. It doesn't have to be like a whole 30 minutes but what you're saying is great. It's just a habit. It's just something I've been trying to do, but that's a great way to just put it right in our immediate spectrum. And then we're really helping a lot anyway.
Okay. Yeah, Pam's also been doing something similar to you, Lorraine. Good. All right. Well, maybe we can move into a space of quiet and do some meditation and see what comes for all of us. I'm certainly needing that rest. And I think that there are many different ways of meditating, and one of the ones that I'm feeling today is this real need to just rest into that space, into that energy. So let's see if we can find a space for ourselves and see what comes. So get comfy, or as comfortable as you can. And when you're ready, gently closing your eyes. And just allowing yourself to settle into the space, into this time. Using your breath to just allow yourself to relax and to let go. And let yourself to just be. And just take a moment to acknowledge the connection that we have at this time, the space that we're creating together. And just to feel that energetic support that we are for each other. And allow yourself to relax into it. And as you relax, just allow your field to open. And sense or feel or see a column of white light as it pours down from the heavens and into the crown of your head. And as this white light moves, allow it to exit out of your feet into the earth. And as you feel this flow of energy moving through you, allow it to stabilize you, to hold you. Just feel the light moving into all the spaces and all the areas within you that are feeling tense or tight, heavy, or exhausted. And allow lightness to be brought into that spaces, into that area. Feel as this light brings you into balance and harmony. And the light feel and to reach these energy bodies. Dissolve activity. Dissolving the heartache and the sadness. Dissolving all not your. And as those energies are dissolved, they're transformed and and your energy becomes lighter, brighter, and more pleasant. Allow this light and into chakra from the cleansing the core of your being. As that core stabilizes, you may feel your energy expanding and growing. Just allow yourself to relax, to rest in this expanded space. And as you rest in this space, remember that everything is in divine order. As you allow the energy of faith and of hope urge within you. Allow the energy of judgment, of blame, of fear, and of shame to drop away. if there are anxiety, offer them to the light within you. And allow them to be transformed and transmuted. And allow yourself to feel a sense of peace. And allow that peace to permeate throughout your entire body and being. And rest in that peace. And then just taking a few deep breaths, holding on to that sense of peace. Draw your awareness back into this time and into this space. Move your fingers and your toes and open your eyes when you're ready. Okay. I hope you're all feeling nice and peaceful. I think my internet connection is a little unstable at the moment. Good.
And we'll all just say thanks a million for being here, Kate, before you disappear with your limited bandwidth coming through. Yeah, it was super. Great to see you again. And take care over there.
Thanks. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. And I hope it's a really good week for you all. Yeah, let's keep holding that light. Thanks, Nancy. All right, lots of love, everyone. Yeah, unstable internet. Thanks.